Hi guys, welcome to Crime Time, and I'm Alice Neary. I want to put a warning with this next video. It is a little more graphic than I usually talk about. This was, I would say, maybe 5 years ago when I owned a Neary biohazard company, and I got a phone call from a minister and his wife, and they wanted me to come by and give them an estimate. And so they gave me the address and told me to pull into the church parking lot. I loaded up my biohazard trailer and off I went. I pulled into the church parking lot, and there happened to be a vigil going on. I'm telling you, it looked like the entire community was there. Everybody could tell who I was. I pull up and my SUV has a huge biohazard symbol in the back and says A. Neary Biohazard Company, Crime and Trauma Cleanup. And my biohazard sticker on the trailer, so everybody was looking at me. I knew that everybody knew who I was. The minister and his wife, very nice couple, they came and greeted me and took me across the street to the crime scene. And I was to give my estimate and then go back across the street. It was a scene where a dog killed a 6-month-old baby and almost killed the grandmother of this baby. So what happened was, the 6-month-old baby was crawling around in the house, unsupervised from what I understand. And the dog grabbed a hold of the baby by its head when the baby got close to the dog's dish. And the dog grabbed a hold of the baby and shook the child all through the house. And the dog ended up decapitating the baby from here up. And then somehow the dog got outside. I'm not sure if the grandmother let the dog out or, the dog got out on its own. I'm not really positive on that. But the dog had grabbed a hold of the grandmother in the front yard and was just brutally attacking her. At this time, the chief of police happened to be driving down the road and saw the attack in the front yard. He got out, pulled his revolver out, and shot and killed the dog instantly. During all this, the mother of the 6-month-old, I saw her on scene. My employee thought she looked about 16. I would say maybe 18, but she was extremely young. She had picked up her baby in her arms and ran catty-corner across the way to the house on the corner. And it happened to be owned by a deputy there. And he was playing with his young children, getting ready to go to work. and the young mother came up on his front porch, rang the doorbell, and he opens the door and sees this young mother out there, and with her baby, passed away. And he just out of instinct, took the baby from the mother's arms and put her down on the porch and proceeded to give the baby CPR. He was, that's just instinct. It's muscle memory. Someone can't breathe, and that's what they're trained to do. I don't think it, registered, that the baby had, nothing from here up. So, but, so I, gave an estimate. I went back across the street like they had asked me to do. The visual was still going on. It was beautiful. They had beautiful music playing in the background, and everybody had a lit candle that was in a little glass cup, and they had each, one at a time, put these candles down on the pavement in the parking lot, and they formed a large heart. And here they are singing to this beautiful music and having prayer, and everyone's hugging each other, and the emotions are just so high. There wasn't a dry eye there, and it was just beautiful. They gave me the go ahead to go ahead with cleaning the scene, but not before they invited me to this visual they were having. I thought it was the right thing to do. I really did. I wanted to pay my respects to the community. I wanted to pay my respects to the family of the deceased baby, and pay my respects to the grandmother who was in the hospital fighting for her life. It was really touch and go for a while. The doctors had decided that it was best that the grandmother get stable first before she found out what happened to her grandchild. So she healed, and then they told her what happened, and she did end up living. And so I really was emotional during this vigil. It struck me. I don't know how it couldn't strike anyone. It was really beautiful. The moment changed my life. Another learning moment. This community just joining in together and healing each other and helping each other. It was a really just something to admire. So I went to work. My employee ended up showing up on scene. I warned her what she was coming into, and so she was getting herself mentally prepared on her way over. Like I said, there was blood spatter just everywhere on the walls throughout the house, on furniture, all over the floors. Back in the bedroom, in the back bedroom to the left, was where the baby had gotten close to the dog dishes, and where the dog ended up killing the baby. Once we finished that, we went back over and, gave him the invoice and took care of the paperwork. And during that, my employee happened to talk to the deputy that lived catty corner that gave the baby CPR. And he had told my employee that this was just too much for him, and it was enough for him and just horrible memories that he was going to put his house up for sale and move. And it was hard on everyone in the community. I drove home that night crying. It was very difficult. That scene could have easily have been avoided. Apparently, the dog had bitten its previous owner in the arm, and it was pretty bad. And then these people with a 6-month-old took this dog in. I think that's just very irresponsible, in my opinion. Others may have a different opinion, and that's okay. My opinion comes from cleaning up several crime scenes with dogs that have killed people and attacked people. And this is coming from somebody that's had dogs for over 30 years. I have had very dangerous dogs. And I have my dog now, Willow, who is part pit and part Catahoula Hound. I am very well aware of the dangers that dogs can do. I'm conscious of it all the time. I would never had put my child in jeopardy at any time. My son, 26 years old now, he grew up with dogs that were half pit bull and half wolf. Dangerous dogs. But Blaine knew the rules. He knew what to do, what not to do. I never left my son unattended when he was young with our dogs. I've seen what can happen. So, everybody, let's just be more aware, okay? Let's not have this poor 6-month-old baby die in vain. Let's learn from this, okay? Just be aware. That's all I'm saying. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And I really appreciate it. Alice Neary with CrimeTime.